Gentlemen, start your engines. Isn't there supposed to be like a flag you drop or something like that? There's supposed to be, I don't know. I still haven't figured out the best way to how to start this off. So hi, Thursday night. Do you know where your penis is?
In my pants.
Yeah, hi.
That's in my other pants.
In the other pants. You left your penis in your other pants. See, look at these people. They're not even ready. My God. Bunch of amateurs, I swear to God. So good evening, Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empire. And we are, I want to say like 15 days out or something. It's getting close. It's getting close. So before we start anything, since we've already mentioned the penis word, you know what, Rob, how about you give us the disclaimer tonight? Oh, dear Lord.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we're the Ultimate Guide Spooky Empire. We are fans and veterans of this fine convention. We are not employees of Spooky Empire. We are not affiliated with Spooky Empire. We are not compensated by Spooky Empire. We're not employees. We have really nothing to do with Spooky Empire. The opinions expressed on our show are that of our own and not necessarily those of Spooky Empire. In fact, we probably disagree on quite a few things, but I can assure you the one thing we all agree on is the delicious taste of Bailey's strawberry and cream liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, friends, Bailey's strawberry and cream.
I'm jealous.
Delicious. It's the perfect, refreshing drink poured on ice for a nice, cool beverage, or add it with some crushed ice in white rum for the perfect strawberry daiquiri. Yes, Bailey's strawberry and cream, available at fine package stores near you. Also, back to the disclaimer. What?
You drove Mo out of here with that, just so you know. You drove Mo out of here with that. Just so
fine. Still, one last thing. We do drink alcohol on the show. I just did. We say profanity. We say shocking things. The show is not for little ears. So if you're an irresponsible parent and your child is still awake, put them to bed and watch our fine program. Thank you. Let's begin.
Okay. Yeah. So that was lovely, I think.
It was.
Of somebody.
We'll go with lovely.
We'll go with lovely. Yes, but see, because I am. But yes, also subscribe, because, you know, and Adam just brought up something really great before we went on the air. Get your friends to subscribe, because we need subscribers. We want to get up to 200 so we get that vanity URL. But Adam, so what are we going to offer our lovely new subscribers?
We've got a deal for you. If you subscribe anytime between right now and next Saturday, that is March 31st, when we are doing the Satan's Nuts Challenge, wherein Rob will eat a 5 bajillion Scoville nuts or something. Basically, we're going to torture Rob, and there's another individual who's partaking. He's not the only one. But there is an event that we are doing on March 31st. So any new subscribers to our YouTube channel here, between now and then, will be gifted their custom profanity and curse that is intertwined and inspired by their name, that we will hold on signs so that the tortured Nut Challenge recipients can scream and cry to the heavens. So you want this. I know you do out there in Viewerland. Want your own custom profanity screamed while Satan's nuts are in somebody's mouth.
You know, and you know we're gonna make it good, because I mean we are the ones that came up with Adam's girthy gobbler. You know,
girthy gobbler, yeah, and that's just off the cuff. Give me some planning time, and I'll write you some masterful profanities, no matter what your name is. If your name is is Hungarian, all the better, because that just works better.
Yes, I mean, look at his hat. He's got like a Finnish hat there. So look at it. It's very debonair.
Is this how they do it? I don't know how they.
I don't know.
I found it.
I think you need more beard to do that.
I do. I'm not bearded enough yet.
You know, I would like to just say for a moment, congrats to all of us for having respectable length beards. You know, we haven't gone to the ridiculous lumberjack length. We are the gentlemen that remind people what a classic beard should look like.
Yeah. Good on
That's
it.
true. That's true. And good on you, Demmie, too, for maintaining just the fur right here.
I try.
You know,
I try just a
being one
little
of the
bit.
guys.
That's what I'm here for, with my big black cock, you know. So, but yes, and so as you see on the dais tonight, we have Rob, who gave us our lovely disclaimer, and who will be the victim of Satan's Nuts Challenge next Saturday. So make sure you tune in for that. We got big sexy Mo, who is our eye candy tonight, and hopefully we're crossing our fingers. We'll get him to undo a few buttons there and give us a little more skin. Because oh yeah. Oh, see, he's being shy. Look at that.
So cool.
And of course, we have
ever so slightly.
He's got a tease. You got to have the art of the tease. And of course, we got Adam with us. Hello, Adam.
Hello. Good to be here. Good to be here and back. And back again.
Yeah.
And there.
Something like that. Okay. The first thing that we had, you know what? We've heard a lot of rumblings about Spooky. If you look on their social media, if you hear people talking, everyone's going on about the lackluster guest list in April. You know, first thing, that's really not a reason to be disappointed, because if you're going to Spooky just for the guests, you're going for the wrong reasons. And if you've seen our webcast before, then you know that that's the case. You go to Spooky for the experience, especially since, and if you've seen the promo, I think it's done to Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home, where we're going back to the Wyndham. Everyone goes on about the Wyndham. Everyone always begs for the Wyndham. Well, guess what? We're going back to the Wyndham, and the Wyndham is notorious for the parties they have there, for the adventures, the stories we tell. So the guests really are just the icing on the cake. So, you know, especially when you've got big, gigantic corporate plastic monsters like MegaCon and Walker Stalker, you know, if you keep saying that you're Spooky fam, this is the time to show it. Sure, you may not be like thrilled with the guest list, but I mean, the April show is the more relaxed show. It's the show where we really show that we are family and we all get together for that one big family reunion that we all keep talking about. So that's just something to keep in mind, you know. So this is where you show your loyalty and help out the little guy, you know, give a big middle finger to big corporate America and MegaCon and Walker Stalker and all that shit. You're laughing.
Fuck MegaCon.
Big middle finger.
That's my personal feelings. I'm just going to point again to the disclaimer. And I don't, you know what? I don't really mean fuck MegaCon like in some super evil way. No. Well, I'm a little heartbroken about MegaCon because it used to be cool and then it really got too big, which is exactly why Spooky at the Wyndham being smaller is near and dear to my heart, because you really, like you were saying, you get the family, you get the real fans, and it's just a more intimate thing. 80,000 people storming through a convention center is not a personal, intimate experience of quality, in my opinion. So that's why I say fuck MegaCon. It's not really an anti-MegaCon thing. It's an anti-giant con thing. I agree. Yeah, and Rob
the corporate world, bitch!
Yeah, tell him, Cream Dementh guy.
Is that his gangster name?
that's
oh my God.
That's his bar mitzvah name, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bailey strawberry and cream, folks.
Oh,
delicious.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that.
So good.
I'm gonna go buy some. Rob's gonna keep hawking liquor until one of them sponsor the show.
That's the goal.
At some point. It's probably it's gonna be like Wild Irish Rose or MD 2020 or some shit like that.
Yeah, we're gonna end up on Schlitz.
Not even PBR. But Mo, I think you unmuted yourself because you wanted to say something there. I mean, what is, as far as like the everybody bitching about like, Spooky not having packed to the gills with like A-list celebrities.
You have to remember that this is one of the few cons in the state right now that's actually offering a fan-run service. Everyone else right now, all the big guys are corporations.
Yes.
And I'm not knocking the whole business aspect of it, but it's a business to them. And for Petey and his family, and for all the volunteers who actually get together, it's not that. This is one of the very few fan-run shows that I've had the opportunity to work with, and they're great people. They're
Preach.
great people.
Preach.
So that's what I want to say. Just want to give me my 2 cents. And I really love, Dewar's Blue Dewar's Blue Label. No, just kidding.
I've heard to get some alcohol in here. Get some like Gentleman Jack or something snazzy at least. So we have a little bit of class.
Look,
just a little bit of class.
You can add this and make the perfect strawberry pina colada.
No.
Bailey's strawberry and cream adds class to anything you're drinking.
I'll be honest, I really want some right now.
Me too.
But here's the thing. Everyone keeps talking about the Wyndham and everything and Wyndham parties. And like I said, the Wyndham parties are so epic. I mean, I think everybody on our cast has at least half a dozen stories about crazy and almost unbelievable things that have happened at these parties. So you can bitch about Robert Englund not being there. You can bitch about, why don't you bring in, I've seen people ask for friggin' Johnny Depp and shit. It's like, no, this is the family experience. This is where you go and you make the new friends, and everyone keeps talking about Spooky Fam, Spooky Fam, Spooky Fam. This is Spooky Fam. The October is the huge show. This is the laid back one where we party, we hang out, we have family time, and we're going home. So, I mean, we've got parties. Let's see, was it Thursday night? They've got the pre-party Thursday night. Friday night, they've got the zombie luau, which, okay. And Rob just got laid.
Oh,
3
On
times,
air.
bitches.
On air. Yeah.
all I have is a hat.
So, yeah, with his, okay, shut up with the fucking Baileys. But we got the zombie luau. Saturday night, we have the cast of Animal House, who's going to be doing the toga party, along with like Mark Metcalf, which wasn't at the original one, Animal House, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh,
But-
yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna have the zombie luau Friday night, Saturday night's the toga party. Everyone still hangs out Sunday night, so there's gonna be some epic parties regardless. So you may be pissed that fucking Nev Campbell isn't there, but trust me, you are not gonna regret the experience. Speaking of events, let me hand this over to Mo because events, and these are some that you definitely want to keep an eye on.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
Is he taking a
I
shit?
apologize for my sound. I'm in a very echoey room, so first thing I just want to put that out there.
Take it off.
Anyway, Friday afternoon, they are, instead of the zombie walk, which is usually a tradition that they have every con, basically, they're going to be doing a clown walk. Now, the clown walk, basically they start off over at Uno's Pizza, and you can get yourself, painted up by different artists out there. I know Postmortem Effects is going to be there, and a bunch of others. You show up there Friday at 1 o'clock, get yourself painted in your most gory or scariest clown makeup ever, and basically at 4 o'clock they're going to have a walk between the Unos and the actual convention. Well, not the convention center, the hotel. I have
First
not had
beware.
Yeah, exactly. If you're scared of clowns, that's definitely not a place to be.
No.
My buddy Lorenzo, he's scared as hell of clowns, which is why you've never seen him at another spooky event, because he's deathly afraid of clowns. I have no problems with them. I think they're great. I love them. But we've got that going on. Have you done these walks? You've done the walks previously before, right? The zombie walks? Demmie,
Yeah,
or
I've done a
anybody?
couple with the Cthulhu cultists. We've invaded the Cthulhu cultists. We're gonna have like a Kool-Aid booth. Drink the Cthulhu-Aid, which is going to be sponsored by Clearwater. Was it Clearwater Aquarium? Who we're going to be raising funds for that. We talked about that last week, but we're not invading this time. This time we're going to leave it all to the clowns because they're fucking clown shoes. Bonus points for reference. But yeah, that's definitely something you want to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
Mo, go ahead.
definitely. It's definitely something I've always wanted to get to, and I think maybe this time around I can get a really, really gory, like really scary looking something together for this one. I think I may have time that afternoon. So I think I'm going to go to Postmortem Effects and ask me to do something up for me really, really, really fucked up. So yeah, I'm excited for it myself.
Oh God. So Rob, are you going to do it?
No, I don't. Fuck clowns. I'm not scared of them. I grew up with them. No, but growing up, I had clowns all over my room. I'm just like, all right, clowns, great. I mean, I would do an accountant walk. That could be just as thrilling in my book.
That would just be me walking around. You can do that with me anytime.
Okay. Life insurance agents, door-to-door insurance salesmen. That's what we should have walking. That's scary. The Jehovah's Witness walk. Maybe we do that. Like I said, I just have no interest in clowns, man. They're a happy memory. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, and I'm not so sure it's such a great idea. I mean, is that clown like coming out of the woods? I mean, is that still a thing now, or?
No, I think they've stopped being. That's not as threatening as it was about a year and a half ago.
Okay, so clowns are safe. So clowns aren't going to get shot. Is that what we're saying?
We hope so.
Okay. All right. What about you, Adam? You gonna be clowning it up?
I don't have a clown outfit. I don't have clown regalia, as it were. I could probably try to pull something together. It honestly kind of depends on whether or not I can get that time off to do the Friday. So it's probably less about not having a fun wig and some makeup, and it's more about my day gig being allowance. So yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with clowns. I actually I love the clown theme because there is just an infinite interpretations of that theme. I mean, you could be scary, creepy, gross. There's just like, everything.
Yeah.
In fact, I sometimes think the clowns that are the most innocent, that are like not bloody or anything, just walking and creeping around, is like, oh God, that one's like just really just a clown, and why are they there?
Now, if this is not headed off by John Wayne Gacy, then we're just going to have a problem. Come on now, because come on. I don't know who's heading it up.
I'd also like to take a moment today and just pay note that Bozo the Clown died today.
Oh,
What?
he did.
Yeah,
Are you?
Bozo the Clown. I think there was 2 Bozos. I think he was the last guy. Yeah, no, age 94. I forget his real name now. But
I totally watched him when I was a kid. I used to live in Illinois. No shit.
I watched it on WGN. Before school they would air it. So yeah, it's like I said, I'm actually kind of sad that he died. But yeah, Bozo is gone.
I used to want to win the Super Nintendo that they used to, for the grand prize game and all that good
yes.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, that's sad as hell. That sucks.
And what was funnier on the grand prize game than the kid that couldn't get it in the first bucket? That reject, you couldn't drop it in the first. And Bozo would always give him a second shot, though. He always let you get the first.
True. That's true. That's actually that's the first time I've heard it. That's sad as hell. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, Spooky, Postmortem, whoever's heading this up, you should probably do this in honor of Bozo, the original. So.
And John Wayne Gacy, he loved his children. So.
Of course, yeah. I'm telling you, we need a John Wayne Gacy as the ringmaster or the headmaster. What did they call the head of a parade?
The marshal, grand marshal.
Grand marshal. Yes, the grand marshal should definitely be John Wayne Gacy. And oddly enough, there are a couple of spooky regulars who shall remain nameless. I've seen a preview of the fucked up creations that they are putting together.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be some fucked up, horrific shit going on. So if you're into that, make sure you attend Uno's and the clown walk.
I hope I can make it. I really do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going just because of the attendant who shall remain nameless. I've seen what they're putting together, and it's pretty fucking frightening. So I just have to see it in person because those two are fucked up. All right. Now, another reason, like I said, because, people are like, the guest list is whiny, shut the fuck up, you crying bitch. The Q&As. Rob.
This is a good chance when a convention is not necessarily stacked, retro mayhem, whatever we want to call it, it's always been a little more laid back. It's not as jam packed with activities. This is actually a good chance to go into a Q&A of someone you might not necessarily attend normally, like someone who's not really high up on your list. Learn about them. You will end up good with some fantastic stories, and you might actually become a fan of somebody who you weren't familiar with before. I mean, I've told this story before that years ago I went to this little convention up in Jacksonville, and Fred Williamson was a guest. I really wasn't familiar with the guy. I barely knew him. By the time I left that convention that weekend, I more or less considered him on par with God. It was, the best QA I think I've ever seen. And, those opportunities are available. There's going to be, David Naughton, he'll be doing one again. People have probably seen him at a convention if you've been to, a handful over the years, but check him out. He'll do some good stuff, ask him interesting questions, something new, about maybe the movie Brutal Massacre he did, the low budget movie that we're all fans of. So something you got to check out.
Someone get me a copy.
Yeah, it's something worth watching if you haven't seen it, by the way. Like Matthew Lillard, he's always fun to watch. Someone should ask him about the dance scene and She's All That. Yeah, not horror, but it's the greatest thing in the world, especially when he starts jamming his crotch into some young woman's face. Good stuff. Like, hey, the 90s teeny bopper movies, I unfortunately had to watch a lot of them. And, you got JJ Frantz and Slim Jim, Phantom. These guys are legitimate rock stars, not local rock stars. These are guys with, #1 albums and #1 songs on the radio. These guys toured. I can't even imagine the stories they have. I mean, what rock star doesn't have amazing stories? So even if these guys aren't necessarily someone you are going to see and going to, get their autograph, is your main goal, go check them out. Go watch their panels, listen to their stories. You will go away with probably a lot more information, a lot more familiarity, and you may end up a fan as well. So check those out.
Yeah. I mean, just as a perfect example, I mean, when we were there in October, the What We Do in the Shadows guys, I mean, Adam to this day regrets not making it to that panel because Deacon crowd surfing was one of the greatest moments at a convention ever. And if you miss some of these Q&As, you're going to miss shit like that. So yeah, you may not be going to get their autograph or whatever, but Rob's right. It's like, there's also like great stories that happens at these things. And that's stuff you definitely don't want to miss. I mean, and I think Adam's still almost in tears over there over missing the crowd surfing Deacon.
He looks sad.
It's not that he crowd surfed. It's that they did their whole thing in character. And I had never heard of that happening. Like usually the actors just want to be themselves and, and interface with the audience themselves, but they did it in character, for crying out loud. No, I was not informed that was going to be the case.
Hey, and you don't know, JJ French could come out in full costume. Who knows?
The only time I've ever seen other people doing that, a couple of the Klingons from Star Trek, from really major Star Trek franchises actually came and took pictures with you in makeup. I actually have a picture of myself and General Chang and a couple others in makeup, and I've never seen anybody else do that. So that's pretty cool. Wow. I like that.
Can I just note that his shirt is slowly becoming more and more undone?
Oh.
Look at this. I'm noticing a few more buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Little something for the ladies.
Mo is our token eye candy tonight.
Hey, I'm trying.
That's right. You show us some skin, baby. I know there's $1 here somewhere. I know someone's got $1. I don't know. But, and excuse the cough. I will be better by Spooky. Don't worry. Nobody's getting con crud.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, no. We're getting that out beforehand. One of the big issues we hear about cons is that there's never enough time to spend quality time with friends. Like I said before, that's why we do this. I mean, if you look at where the Wyndham is, there's 20 million things, not even just the Orlando Eye, but I mean, there's the Wax Museum, there's an escape room there, there's God knows how many restaurants. It's tourist central. I mean, this is where you actually have dinner with friends and, have those stories. I mean, God, how many times what?
Just a reminder, the Red Robin has unlimited refills on root beer floats.
That's true.
If you want an evening with friends over root beer float, also unlimited bowls of macaroni and cheese, you can just carb and sugar yourself up and have a delightful time.
That's good. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Unlimited macaroni and cheese? Sign me the fuck up. Hold on.
What?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. Woo! Yeah, no, it's like, well, you can, instead of getting, a lot of places, you choose your side. They have like French fries. You can get unlimited fries. That's all well and good. But after a point, you can't eat more fries. Bitch, you can always eat mac and cheese.
Holy crap. I'm picturing like there's people don't actually walk out of Red Robin. They just have like one of those chairs like the Demon Barber of Fleet Street where they just like inject you into the basement and you're turned into more macaroni and cheese.
Another button just came off.
All right, so okay. Convention veteran strategy here. Wear your sweatpants when you go to Red Robin.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I actually tried that a couple of years ago with the unlimited root beer floats. And I'll tell you what, after my second one, I was just like, I'm going to die. I mean, they're generous with these aren't like little rinky. This is full size. But once you've had two, once the third is in front of you, you just look at it with regret.
Well, you can only have so much ice cream, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's like going.
I don't know. I'm with that on that.
It's like with Disney, and they sell this $8.99 unlimited milkshake at one of their sit-down dinners.
Which one?
There's only at Magic Kingdom. There's an ice cream place there, and they sell unlimited milkshakes. Basically as much as you want for $8.99.
Oh.
But there's only so much that you can eat. I mean, a drink rather. That's like drinking a gallon of milk, in one sitting. It's not going to end well. So, anyway.
This is why we're going back to the Wyndham. But I mean, you've got Perkins there, which is legendary for their like 6 a.m. breakfast. Long live Bill.
Oh, you mean the right before bedtime breakfast is what you mean?
Yes, exactly. Right before bedtime.
Yeah,
it's not wrong.
Yeah.
But see, this is the great thing about.
Been to Cooper's Hawk?
Oh yeah. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it.
It is, man. And it's right there. I mean, I have lunch there at least, every day.
Oh, Mo's got some money.
No.
More money.
I just like to treat myself.
Treat yourself.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Once you start unbuttoning a little bit, those lunches they come. That's how it goes.
I actually need to. This shirt's kind of getting tight, so I mean.
Oh baby. I'm almost seeing some nipple there. What's up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're gonna get banned by YouTube, I swear.
New goals.
Need some Mo nip there. But and one of the great things, especially this time around, because I know in October, like in the dealer's room, you actually have time to shop. You can actually stop and look through all the vendors instead of being rushed through and being crowded, and you don't have to worry about like wall-to-wall people. You can actually talk to the vendors, and Von Bielak, for example, you can actually sit and talk to him about his artwork. There's artists there that are doing things on site. There's the tattoo festival. You can actually watch tattoos get done and talk to the tattoo artists and look through their portfolio. So you actually have time to do all that without stressing out, without being pushed along. And that's the great thing about this. And, it may not be a Pack to the Gill A-list celebrity show, but this is the time you actually get to enjoy, and actually have adventures. So that's something to keep in mind when you've got MegaCon, which is like a cash cattle haul where they're just like money next, money next, money next. And that's completely the opposite experience you're going to get here. So let's just keep this other than just the celebrities, just to keep in mind it.
artists should be celebrities. Some of them are.
I agree because I know Von Belak is going to have his book there and he's going to be signing. So,
yep, very
was
cool.
it throwing knives and dodging bullets? So that's something to keep in mind. So, and the Satan's Nuts Challenge, Rob.
Yes.
Let's mention that again.
Well, we've touched on it already, but it's going to be March 31st.
Yep, Saturday the 31st.
Yes.
And it's going to be at Coffee Shop of Horrors just outside of Orlando. So if you've ever been to their cafe before and would like to come back and watch the carnage in person, check out our event. We've got it listed for the times, or just watch it on YouTube. Watch me. Basically, what's going to happen is this. I'm going to have a spiced nut in each cheek right here, and then I'm going to have to just let them sit there for like 5 minutes. Now, and these nuts have been treated with some of the hottest peppers known to man, like the Carolina Reaper, the Ghost Pepper, and a couple others are slightly cooler, but fuck it. Once you have a Carolina Reaper, powder on a nut in your mouth, doesn't really matter what else is there because that's what you're going to be feeling. So I'm going to be standing there, probably drooling, cursing, the customized swear words. If any of you, want to throw down with a new subscriber, I'll be out there, just like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, yelling, Kelly Clarkson. I'll be doing that. So
I'll have them up on cue cards for you so that you don't have to think too hard about it while you're
and that's going to be important because realistically I did the one chip challenge, which was their original thing, which the same coating that's on these nuts was on the chip. And I ate the chip. It wasn't good. It wasn't easy, but I did it without too much hassle, and I went a pretty good length of time before I, had to cave in and drink some, Actually, I didn't even have milk. I had Irish cream to drink.
He cursed a lot.
I swear to God, that was just a coincidence. I'm really not a fucking alcoholic. Despite the fine people at Bailey's and their strawberries and cream liqueur.
He did curse a lot, and I got to say, Big Daddy Mike also did the one chip challenge, and while
Mike didn't do the challenge. He just tried the hot sauce.
Oh.
No, he did the one chip challenge.
We'll have to go.
I didn't think he was there for that. He was there. He tried. Maybe
regardless, he did the one chip.
He's tried the same hot sauce that this is all based around, and
if
Mike's a fucking stone wall. He sweat a lot. He wasn't suffering quite as bad as me.
No. He was trying to keep a poker face on, but I mean, and you've seen Big Daddy Mike, and there's a reason we call him Big Daddy Mike. And he was sweating. He kept a good poker face, but he was sweating. So it almost took him down. So
well, needless to say, if I recall, the Carolina Reaper measures 2.3 million on the Scoville scale.
Yeah, and I think this is over 100 million. I think.
And I think what a jalapeno is like 3.
Yeah, jalapenos like 3. I believe U.S. grade pepper spray is 5 million. So you're almost halfway.
I'm going to be ingesting something just under pepper spray, folks. So look, let me be honest. If my face pisses you off, here's your chance to enjoy yourself.
It's going to be fun regardless. No matter how you go. And I really hope we get some more subscribers so that we can do some custom profanities. I think
because Adam's looking forward to creating some really fucked up things with fruit douche waffle shit with your name. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So anyway, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. We will be there, Coffee Shop of Horrors, throwing down. And like I said, there'll be me, there'll be a few other people, and you can just watch guys with lower IQs than you would expect, or higher IQs than you'd expect, doing something really fucking stupid. So
all in a ritualistic fashion, because I mean, why else do it unless because there's going to be Baphomet there. I mean, we may have Satan, we'll have Jesus, of course, because we need the holy blessing, it's all going to be very ritualistic. Because from what I understand, Coffee Shop of Horrors in their new location, some of their neighbors are not so happy about them being there. So they've in the community newsletter, they've called them Satanists. So. Hey, might as well play up the reputation, right? So it's going to be a good time. We'll be at the page and all that good stuff. So that's like I said, you'll get to see, plus a couple others, stuff for live. We're trying to get Big Daddy Mike in to see if we could break him, but it all depends on his schedule. Speaking of schedule, I think Adam has. I'm not mistaken, you, Adam.
Yeah. So everybody should be aware at this point that we have on spookyempire.com, the event schedule is up in detail. I'm going to, rather than go through it, I mean, everybody can just go there and access it and take a look. I mean, the gist of it is on Thursday night, we've got a 7 p.m. pre-con meetup party. So just kind of hanging out. It's kind of, a more casual, but it is up on the schedule. Kind of cool. So, and then Friday things start at 11 a.m. and they go all the way, all day, all into the evening to 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. And Saturday, the same thing. So from 11 a.m., which is great. See, I like spooky. They know we're going to party our asses off all night. So they don't start till 11 a.m. You go to Dragon Con and there's like this shit at 7 a.m. And I'm like, okay, all right. That's the robot building nerds though. So, and then, and then Sunday, same thing, starts at 11 a.m. and it closes off. The last event is the costume contest, and that's at 4 p.m. And that'll obviously go for like an hour and change, as per usual. So what they're doing, and I don't know, maybe somebody else, one of you other folks can confirm for me, but this year they've, Spooky Empire has partnered with sked.com, as in schedule. So they're using sked.com. And I don't recall this, but I'll be honest, I probably just didn't even really pay much attention to getting the schedule in detail, which is why I missed things like, Deacon crowd surfing. Fucker. But anyway, sked.com. I don't want to get all technical and boring on you, but basically by loading the schedule into sked.com and embedding it into the website, it is now, you can log in, you can favorite things, create your own list of things. It's mobile friendly. And it also, I don't know if Spooky's going to use this, but it also lets them print out paper guides, put it on digital signage around the con. If they're going to do that, I don't know if they will, but it is definitely mobile friendly. So people who last minute don't know what's going on, just grab the phone, go to the events page, and there's a very nice mobile friendly area. It's not the smoothest UI. As a web developer and nerd for 20 years.
Elitist? Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say elitist. Yeah. But it's just the embed. It's not the smooth. But you know what? Fuck it. It's functional. That's actually what you get. The first 10 years of an IT career, you become an elitist. The second 10 years of your IT career, you become a pragmatist. And you're like, does it work? Good. Fuck it. Let's go. We're going to production with it. We'll make it pretty later. So bottom line, it works. Get that schedule. It's online. And we got there's a couple things since last we spoke and got together. There's two fun music acts I wanted to let you guys know. One of them is one of my favorite. It's the Kilted Creature. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon, dressed up in Scottish regalia with bagpipes, and he plays guitar too. And he'll jam out just solo. He'll jam out as a cover to other tunes. And I think he's playing a couple times over the weekend. Definitely catch the Kilted Creature. Lots of fun.
I think he's got like an album out or something, doesn't he?
Albums.
Couple, I think.
Yeah, this is
albums. Excuse me. Albums.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With an S.
Silly me.
Oh yeah, and he's also and he's got his Ladies of the Lagoon. I don't know if they're backup singers or what. I don't know. I haven't seen them at his performances. I typically catch him at the Scottish Highland Games. Actually, he makes an appearance there. Yeah. So, and then there's another musical performer too, a musical performer, Jess O'Lantern, and she's actually from Ocala, sort of nearby our hood. I say nearby, I mean, Ocala's an hour and a half out, but Central Florida, technically ish. So yeah, she's she's acoustic horror punk meets a cabaret in a graveyard. So Very apropos for Spooky Empire. This ought to be a good show. I listened that you can actually sample the music from her website. So if you look up Jess O Lantern, you can easily find it. She's on all of her social media and links. So you can listen, you can buy, or come to Spooky Empire and catch her live. So it should be a cool show.
Now, Petey, just in case you're watching, I do have a little request.
God.
I mean, we have Jess O Lantern, we have the Kilted Creature. You've brought us Slim Jim Phantom and JJ French. You've always brought wonderful musical, performers and guests, and Vinnie Vincent. Hello, all sorts of big people.
Oh, he's doing that photo op, by the way.
Yeah, as in the Jason. Okay, anyway, or the Freddie. Yeah, but request, because you have all these great music acts. I have one, and I don't need the whole band, but maybe a couple members of Toto.
Oh my God.
Why?
Everyone loves Toto.
For some reason.
Everyone.
All over
it's
again.
Fact. It's a fact.
No.
Did you play him that video I showed you the other day?
No.
Oh, you need to. It'll ruin his fucking day.
I will. And I will record his response, and it will be glorious.
Why would anyone want to ruin Toto for me? It's Toto.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Toto's no
just throwing it out there. Okay.
Hey, I'm with you, buddy. But we are gonna ruin your day.
All right. There was something that did happen in horror news this week, and I want to thank Brendan for bringing this to our attention. One of the other conventions, Monster Mania, which I have been to up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We'll put the link on our Facebook page. Apparently, Monster Mania 39 brings the wrong kind of horror to horror fans. So, and it was one of these things, if you read it, it was, and you hear this so often nowadays with conventions, is how much is too much. They overbooked everything. Everything was absolute chaos. I mean, I don't know if you guys got a chance to take a look at this article.
I did.
No.
Okay, Rob.
News.
Rob.
Well, long story short was, the convention had been getting very, very popular over the years. They had already been kind of running very near capacity, and they really did need a bigger venue. They were in I think a DoubleTree hotel or maybe a Marriott, but they were doing the whole convention still in a large hotel that they had outgrown. And the reality was it just got too big. They had too many people. Fire marshal had to, shut them down at one point. They had the issues where, once you came in, if you left the convention, you were out. They weren't letting people back in, running out of parking spaces. It's just what it came down to. They couldn't control. They got too big for, the venue and their space. Volunteers didn't know what to do. Apparently, the Saturday was just a complete cluster. Like the writer or the author of the article, I think said, went there on Friday. And they said Friday felt like a Saturday. And just, with all the people there, it wasn't the quieter day. And at the end of the day, they were too scared to even try to go back on Sunday. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll actually, let me take a minute and I'll actually read this article to you real quick. Monster Mania, a convention that caters to fans of horror with 3 annual shows, is currently having a Starry Night show in Cherry Hill, Their guest lineup included Tim Curry, John Carpenter, Richard Dreyfuss, Paul Rubens, and many more. So that's one of these things. This is what happens when you get all those A-list, people that you keep asking for. The Friday Con, having attended this con for years, I was surprised to find out Friday evening's crowd was on the same level as normal Saturday crowd. Long lines for the guests. The vendor room was doing brisk business with lots of happy fans. The evening wasn't even dampened when Kane Hodder, one of the former Jason actors, accidentally injured a man at his table when a machete he thought was a dull prop turned out to be a fully sharpened blade. So that's one of those things.
Not Kane, the guy who brought it.
Exactly. Not Kane, because Kane knows better. Speaking as volunteers, surprised to find out that they were understaffed and running ragged with the large crowds. And that's usually what happens. And even with MegaCon and stuff like this, and Bo has dealt with this a number of times when these cons, when they get huge, nobody knows what the hell's going on. They're understaffed.
That's just poor planning. That's what it boils down to. It's poor planning.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. For years, the parking situation around the Crown Plaza Hotel where this event takes place has been rather difficult for attendees, but the Saturday crowd this time found it even more difficult, and after parking and slogging their way to the hotel, found lines of people waiting even to get in. Even those who pre-purchased their wristbands, let's see. Why did it just go back up? Oh, pre-purchased their wristbands ahead of time found it difficult to even enter the venue. Once inside, huge crowds filled the lobbies and waited in lines to meet their favorite stars. Some of the lines seemed to have formed spontaneously of volunteers unsure which guests they were for, which we've all seen happen at MegaCon, and plus we all have horror stories about that. Let's see. The fire marshal arrived and cut off any additional entry into the building. One attendee found out when he stepped outside the place to sit and rest, he was unable to re-enter the building. People waiting in line for hours to buy tickets were told the show was sold out. And then the report smashed windows in the parking lot. Frustrated people found little parking and then were barred from going inside once they found a place to park. There was at least one instance of an attendee getting passed out due to press of bodies and lack of room. They had to be taken out on a stretcher. Now, we've all heard stories like this. So, I mean, basically what it comes down to is how much is too much. You know, these people keep asking for these huge guests. These people keep asking for, you know, the Johnny Depps and the Brad Pitts and whoever is like whatever A-list celebrity is from. And when you get these guests, this is what you get. Those who had purchased photo ops found their lines moved around. Some attendees who were waiting to take a photo with some of the cast members, Stephen King's It, found their line shifted outdoors where they waited for 3 hours in 40-degree weather with gusting winds before getting back inside.
Wow.
This is insane. Then there were many people who drove great distances. One disappointed fan drove for an hour and a half, while undoubtedly some even longer. Found a parking spot just to find out that they could not buy tickets. Quite a few people drove home empty-handed and angry. Let's see. And the rest of it is just the response to all of that. So, I mean, this I don't think has ever happened, not on this scale, to Spooky. I don't think it will, because I mean, Petey and Dina and all of them, they run a pretty tight ship, and they put their volunteers through a pretty hard ringer. But we've even seen, it's like, do you think Spooky will ever get to this level? You know, because people keep asking for Paul Stanley, they keep asking for the Robert Englunds and the huge names. I mean, do you guys think anything like this ever could happen to Spooky? Mo?
No, and let me tell you
why.
Planning. If you foresee 40, 50, 60,000 people, you're going to prepare and pay for enough space to accommodate said 30, 40 to 50,000 people. As long as you plan everything out and you have enough people to come work with you, you'll be fine. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I've been doing this for years, so I don't think, I really don't think, because they're usually pretty smart about how many people they're expecting. You know, you've got your hardcore fans like us that actually come every convention. It really is a spooky family, and there's your core group of people that actually come and go. I don't think if they are going to expect more people, they will plan ahead. So that's just poor. I believe what happened up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, was poor planning on their part. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, didn't Pensacon just recently go through this? As a matter of fact,
2 years ago, they did have kind of something along those lines. So their solution was to spread it out all over the city. They have panels, down their, I guess they call it their Ybor City Strip or something like that. They have a city strip that actually, and a theater that they have their main panels at, which is like a half a mile away from the main venue, which is basically their ice skating rink. It's a huge, or ice hockey. It's an ice hockey arena. But and that's where basically most of the vendors are, and your celebrities. But they have events spread out throughout the city, and they have a trolley system of free transportation between all these events. So say you want to go to, you know, see this panel over at the Singer Theater. Yeah, there's a trolley every 10 to 15 minutes that goes to that theater, you know, for free. That's providing the service to the fans. You know, it's included in
The
their
pants are
ticket.
coming off.
No, pants aren't coming off.
We know.
But I mean, as long as you prepare and, you know, you make contingency plans upon contingency plans, and you're smart, that won't happen. So there you go.
So Adam, any thoughts on this?
I think, yeah, I mean, everything Mo just said about planning, but I think what would happen, I think what would trigger a tsunami of attendees would be if all you have to do is have 2 years in a row of like knock it out of the park, like, you know, full cast of A-listers, right? So if it happens once, people are like, oh, really? I should definitely check them out next year. And then if you repeat the pattern, people are going to say, okay, then the following one, you're going to probably see like a 30% or more spike in attendance. And that's when the tsunami can come, and you know what I mean? But I mean, I think Spooky's always been selective. You know, I mean, obviously there's who can you get? So there's the realm of first just possibility. And then, but beyond that, like, I mean, I don't feel like Petey and Dina and the folks in charge of talent booking are just trying to dredge the sea for every A-lister they can possibly get. I think there's some pragmatism applied to the situation. So yeah, I don't think they want that. They don't want it to get too big for its britches. It would lose its soul.
Rob?
I already talked good about this, so we're good.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at the clock, and it looks like we got about 8 minutes. So, you know, here's a good question, though. And this is something I do every year. I do this at every con. I always have a list of little personal goals that I have. Like one year, I wanted to get served donuts in bed while I was at Dragon Con. Things like that. Or like one of my goals this year, and David Naughton, and this goes back to Spooky being a small show this time around. The guests that you meet, you actually get to sit and talk to them for a good 20 minutes. David Naughton, the first time I met him was probably at the first Spooky, which was in 2004, I want to say. Second Spooky. It was the first one we had gone to. And one of the great things is we got to talk, you know, for about 20 minutes about special effects. And I had my white contacts in. And so we talked about when he did American Werewolf in London, it's like they had the glass contacts. They had to put literally like shards of glass in their eyes, you know, and it was so wild to him that you could actually just buy colored contacts now. And this is like 2004, but how far things had come in just, you know, a couple of decades. So it's like you can actually sit and have these stories and have these experiences and have these things. And one of the things I wanted with David Naughton is I want to hear him sing Making It. The last time he came to Spooky, he wouldn't do it. It's a great song.
No more faking it. This time in life, I'm making it. No. That's really all I remember. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
I just wanted it to keep going.
I know. I was waiting. But no. And that was one of my favorite songs as a kid, and I want to hear him sing Making It. So that's my goal. Things like that. And I know that, like, for example, Adam wants to get like professional photo ops with the ducks because that's important.
Yeah. Big deal.
The ducks need to be on the program. So that's like a goal, for example.
Yep, please, powers that be, Spooky Empire folks, PD, whoever, get the ducks on the program. They have names.
We want on the cover. Was it Trulia and no, wait.
I can never remember. I don't care. The ducks. Even if they just say and the ducks.
The ducks.
The ducks of Spooky, the ducks of the Wyndham. Get them on there.
Yes. No, we know that. Okay, so Adam, do you have any other goals that, you know, things that you definitely want to do during Spooky this year?
You know, I always toss. Okay, so one thing I'm not good at these days, like I was in my more youthy youth. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not youthy youth anymore. Burning the candle at both. Yeah, burning the candle at both ends has gotten more challenging for me. So every time I come toward a convention, no matter which one it is, I think, am I going to do an early morning thing? Like, and I say early, right? Spooky starts at 11 a.m. Am I going to do the morning content, or am I going to stay up all night? And so I don't know. So the things that I want to hit are, it's nothing new, but it's just I'm trying to choose. Do I want to be the night owl at Spooky, or do I want to get up and actually go and soak in some of the content that's during the day? Because if you're up until 5 a.m, you might not make those 3 p.m. Q&As. Honestly, let's face it. So
yeah, like John and Eric, they never do that. I don't think John and Eric show up until like it's 8 o'clock at night.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to set my personal goals there. I don't know where that's going to be. And again, can I get Friday off? I don't know. That's a wild card right now. So, but it would be fun to. I think honestly, my personal goal that's not negotiable is to come in some kind of full costume of some kind to one of the nighttime parties, because I've been a little bit low key on that the last 1 or 2 spooky.
I'm voting Vladislav.
Ooh, I don't know. I have to shave to make that happen again. I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay, no, Vladislav.
It's a tough call. We'll see. Yeah. Yet to be determined. Nothing specific.
Okay. Oh, Mo, what about you?
Well, I don't have that much time for a lot of things. Eating a 5-pound burrito. Honestly, I have no idea.
Unlimited mac and cheese.
Yeah. I'll be busy throughout the entire weekend, but meet new people. I'd love to meet a lot of new. I mean, I love you guys. I love everyone. You know that. I have no qualms with anybody.
I love you too.
I
love you too.
If you guys see me walking around, and just come say hi. I love meeting new friends. So come say hi. I'll be. Yeah, aw. I am gonna go in the vendor room. Isn't there one of the vendors that sells all those tiki horror items? Can somebody refresh my memory? Who is that? Oh God!
Isn't it like Funky Monkey or shit like that?
I think yes. I'm buying a shit ton of their stuff. I'm going with a whole motif in one of my rooms here. So I'm gonna buy some stuff from them. So.
That's really awesome. So, Rob, what about you?
I want to drink the 3rd root beer float.
Godspeed.
I'm aiming high this year.
Oh my God.
Hey, we could have a float off.
We could, but I just don't think that's going to end well for anyone.
Well, it's immediately followed by the puke off.
Yeah, or the shit off.
Yeah. You don't know.
Later in the day, anyway.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, there we go. I would like to get like an impromptu game of either red flag or even Cards Against Humanity again. Just one night late at the pool. That's always a fun coming down game. I don't have anything big. Generally I don't go with goals because I never actually pull them off. So I just like to go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I like the challenge. For example,
this time around. I think that's what I want to do.
We need a Mo Cannonball.
Oh, that's gonna happen. That's totally gonna happen.
A big Mo Cannonball. Yeah. Big Mo Cannonball.
Yeah.
I like that.
If you go in the pool, though, wear a condom.
Please do. No getting pregnant in the pool, please.
Ugh.
Oh my
No
God.
promises, guys. No promises.
Maybe a butt plug too.
The rule is inverted. The rule should be don't jerk off in the pool.
Wait. Hold on. No sale. Come on. That's a gift.
Yeah.
No, come in the pool, please. No. That's just wrong. Ew. The ducks won't appreciate it.
No.
Poor ducks.
Okay. Number 1, I need a concho photo with a celebrity. That needs to happen. I don't know who, but there's going to be a concho photo with a celebrity. That's right.
Best of luck.
Not sure who. Depending on who, that'll be cool. We need a group photo in the Wawa cooler.
Oh yeah,
that needs to happen. Let's see. And this because a lot of people have been talking about it. David Naughton Q&A. We're hoping to get Patty Hawkins and his "A Naked American Man Stole My Balloons," and I'm hoping to get him to run across the Q&A and yeah, that would be really cool. So hoping. Crossing our fingers.
I think I'm going to go around and get people to sign my Toto album.
Oh my God.
They don't have to be members of the band. I'm going to treat it like a yearbook. Sign my album.
I'll sign it. I'll be your first one.
Oh my God.
Oh, that sounds like a threat.
Oh, and the last thing I want to do is, since Alex Vincent is carrying around that goddamn Chucky doll, I want to kidnap that doll and just put it in precarious places.
No.
Oh my God. Good luck.
No.
Good luck.
No.
That would be fun.
I won't let you. No. You can't do it.
Why not?
You can't do it. No.
I'll return it.
No.
like in the hot tub, like put it in the hot tub and because it'll get pregnant.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm not gonna hurt the doll. I just want to put it in weird places, like put it in like the housekeeping thing with some,
Yeah, I've done that with a Chick-fil-A sign once. The big cow. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh.
Why not?
That's a story. There's a story there.
You people don't know how to live.
Tune in next week for the story of the Chick-fil-A sign.
Yeah, no. I want to get like that doll and put it in weird places. Just suddenly there's Chucky. That's it. I don't know. I don't care. Oh, well, I die here.
We've lost Demmie.
Okay. The one last thing. Apparently it's been announced that Morton Manor, if you've been to Old Town, that's like the year-round haunted house down there. They are sponsoring Spooky, and that means, crossing your fingers, they are bringing back the coffin ride. And if you don't know what the coffin ride is, they bring this really cool coffin, and you get to ride in it for like 5 minutes, and they pipe in sounds and smells. So it's like the virtual reality, not virtual reality, but you actually get like a coffin experience, and they videotape you in the coffin while like you're going in the hearse, and you have the dirt put on top of you, and it's really fucking cool. So if you get a chance to do that, save a few pennies aside, and I think they like start at like $5 or whatever, and I think it's maybe 20, so you actually get like the ride on DVD or something like that. But it's really cool, and I think it's something everybody should do, because I definitely want to do it again, because you get to, how often do you get a DVD of you in a coffin being buried alive? That's really fucking cool.
That sounds fun.
That's on my list, definitely.
I've seen them doing it, but I've never partaken, so I'll maybe put it on my list.
I did it once, and I got to do it right this time. So
cool.
Rob, what is that?
Stevie Wonder.
Why?
I don't know.
Did he? All right.
It's late.
Yeah, this is our going to be our last show before the Satan's Nuts Challenge. So, this will be a different color at Spooky. I haven't decided what color yet. We will figure that out. But yeah, I just wanted to thank this guy who's obviously pushing the Baileys yet again, Lush.
I want some. Lick it, Rob, lick it. There it is. That's.
No, deep throat it. Throat it. Why not? God, you people are so boring.
I have a gag reflex.
He said.
He's gonna have nuts in his mouth next week. Isn't that enough?
Yeah,
he does.
Fair enough. All right. So hopefully, thank you, Adam. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, weird person with the gag reflex. So hopefully, again, if you guys see us at Spooky, come up and say hi. Make sure you subscribe wherever the subscribe thing is. And thank you all, and good night.
Have a good night.